Hey there, guys. It's Metro, and today we're taking a look at the much anticipated Blood Death Knight changes coming in 8.1, something that people were really kind of freaking out about when Ian Hazzikostas said that he felt like Blood Death Knight and Brewmaster were a little bit too strong, and that perhaps Warrior and Bear are a little bit too weak. So, no surprise, there's going to be some changes, and we're going to focus mostly, about 90% of the focus is going to be on the Blood Death Knight changes, but there's really only 3 so far. So before I even say anything, I just want to remind you guys that this is probably not finished, not final, whatever. There probably will be more, maybe less, I don't know. Maybe they'll undo some of the stuff, but regardless, I am, if this is what they end up with, if this is what they're thinking, then I'm pretty satisfied, to be honest. A lot of people have been asking recently, they're like, I don't know, first of all, people are getting way overboard with this getting nerfed thing. Like, the thing that people don't seem to understand is the reason Blood DK is the most popular tank for 5-mans, yet again, just like it was in Legion, by the way, is because their utility and developmental kit is impeccably strong for 5-man. It's not about tuning. You understand? It's not about numbers. It's not about the values of the things that you're doing. It's about how you're doing them, okay? This is why Blood Death Knight is incredibly strong for 5-mans, and it's always going to be. You're never going to have... I mean, think about this. This is 3 expansions in a row now where they're the best tank. Is that a balance problem or is that a design problem? I don't know. Regardless, I hope people understand that. Even if they nerf this class, like if you see like 25% nerfs across all valuable metrics, they're still going to be really good for 5-mans, okay? And this is the thing that really confuses me when these top players and streamers are saying like the disparity between Blood DK and other tanks is so high, this needs to be changed. Well, then change it. Don't play a Blood DK. I don't know what to tell you. It's the community that's doing this, not the developers. So anyway, we're going to talk about these 3 things today, and I'll tell you a little bit about my opinion on them. The first thing, we're going to skip this for now here, but this is probably the most important thing, okay? We'll go right down to the Blood DK stuff, and as you see, Veteran of the Third War, which is our passive, used to increase our armor by 15%, no longer increases our armor by 15%. So, you know, if this is their idea of a nerf, I'm happy. I'm very satisfied. I actually think this is a very generous, this is a good way to make Blood DK passively less strong, but it really doesn't hurt us in any measurable way. And I'm going to show you why real quick. Let me go ahead and get back into game here. I have, as you might see, 4,000 armor. Now I'm going to gain more when I use Bone Shield, quite a bit more actually, 2,000 more. So at most I would have about 4,600 armor, or 6,600 armor with Bone Shield up, okay? I'm 384 itemable. That's pretty good. I should have a lot more armor than that. Go ahead and look at any other tank class in the game right now. Not 100% sure if this is true, but my Prot Warrior, which is like 40 plus item levels lower than this character, has like 3,000 more armor than my Death Knight, okay? So losing armor as a Blood DK is really not a problem, honestly. Like, this is really generous, honestly. This is, I thought they were gonna nerf stamina. If it was up to me and I was harsh on Death Knight, I would nerf stamina, because stamina is without question the lifeblood, ironically, of Blood Death Knight. With low health, you're not gonna be able to heal nearly as much. You kind of rely on getting hit really hard and not dying to it so you can heal up quickly. So really, the less armor we have, the easier it is to heal up quickly, because of how all our other healing works. So this is not really that big of a deal. But what is a big deal is Will the Necropolis nerf. Now, this is a talent that, frankly, I think has been out of control this expansion, and I am actually happy to see it nerfed, because I really don't like what's on there. Let's take a look at the talent row. But yeah, the actual talent row is basically monopolized by this spell. Damage taken below 35% health is reduced by 35%. Now, in the old days, you might have said you shouldn't be below 35% health. This is not a valuable talent. This isn't the old days. Blood DK is frequently below 35% health, and it makes a massive difference for them. And I really like Anti-Magic Barrier. I think that's a great talent. I really like it. I use it a bit in raids especially, but I like Rune Tap even more. And I don't feel like I ever need to take Rune Tap, even though I probably should. But these other 2 talents, especially Will and Necropolis, they just seem to be more applicable. So if you ask me, a better balance between these is closer to what they're getting at. And what they've done here is they've changed it to 30% damage taken below 30% health. So that's the big deal. The difference between 35% health and 30% health as a blood DK is quite sizable, okay? And then obviously a 5% reduction reduced as well. We were talking about this on stream. I think more realistically it should probably be 25 and 25. But still, if this is what it stays at, I'm satisfied. Now, for, I guess, Frost and Unholy only, they've also changed Death Strike. You can check that out. I don't know anything about that. And I don't know what this is. It says requires Paladin. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is something that we should be talking about. But I do want to talk about this. Cold-Hearted. This is a new trait. It's going to have a big impact on both, all 3 specs probably. Maybe for PvP for the other 2 specs especially as well. But Icebound Fortitude, first of all, its CD is reduced by 15 seconds, so that's the intangible thing that does not stack. And then the healing itself does stack. Now that's a high number. 2,000 every second, when we're talking about something that's going to scale up really high, that's a high number. So I'm interested to see what that is in game. Now for reference, Icebound Fortitude is a 3-minute cooldown and lasts for 8 seconds. So if it heals for 2,000 every second and it lasts for 8 seconds, and it is now a 2-minute and 45-second CD, which is not a huge difference, but you know, that's pretty interesting. I quite like that trait, and if it is a general, like your main tier trait, then I think this would be really good for soloing. I'm actually really interested in this trait. I think this might be one of the best defensive traits out there. So we'll see what all the top theory crafters have to say about that. But I think this is a very interesting trait. I'm very excited for this. Magus of the Dead is really cool too. You should check that out. On here, there's actually some. This is a MMO champion list of all the traits in the game. There's some really cool ones here, honestly. This flash freeze one is really nice. That seems like that would be really fun. The new warrior one is quite cool too. Where is it? Intimidating shout reduces the movement speed. So there's some cool ones, right? It basically makes intimidating shout a defensive CD. That's quite nice. And really, this totem one is probably the coolest one. And actually, this ancestral resonance one, this might be one of the coolest ones. Wall under the effects of heroism. Used to be when you cast heroism. This makes it a lot better if you ask me. And then, you know, spouting spirits as well. Increases the radius of Spirit Link Totem. These are really cool. I'm really satisfied with this. And I'm satisfied with Blood Death Knight stuff overall. But what I'm not particularly satisfied with is this. When I read this, I don't know if you guys saw it on stream. I was pretty upset. I'm going to tell you right now, I think Necrotic should be removed from the video game. I don't feel like it has any value in the video game. I don't feel like it gives any, like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't really have a good reason why I don't like it other than the fact that it literally only affects the tank. People will say, oh, but it affects everybody because they have to help the tank survive it. That does not strike me as fun. And frankly, my least favorite weeks are always going to be Necrotic. So, on top of that, they changed it from magic damage to physical damage. Now, I don't know exactly how that's going to work. That might actually not be that bad. Because now that it's melee damage or whatever, physical damage, we might actually be able to heal through it easier. You know, we might actually reduce it a little bit. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know. It's basically going to be a bleed instead of a dot. And the real problem here, if you can't already tell, is that we're not going to be able to use AMS to prevent it anymore. Now that it's physical, we cannot prevent it with AMS. So that means we're pretty much sitting ducks on bosses. I don't know how we're going to drop it on bosses. I don't know if it's even going to be possible to drop it on bosses now. Yeah, that's a big nerf to Blood DK in those weeks. That's probably the biggest nerf that they could possibly do to Blood DK. Because with you know, the kiting abilities they have, it's nice, but you can't really use that on bosses. So any boss where Necrotic is going to get out of control, you are now done. I don't know what you're going to do. You're going to have people are going to have to taunt. And this is also a big nerf to Paladins, by the way. Prop Paladins. They relied on spell warding, I think, pretty heavily as well for this. So anyway, that's pretty much everything. But just wanted to point that out. I think really these nerfs are not in any way bad. People constantly like, are you going to re-roll? Listen, if I'm so minimally committed to this spec that I would re-roll because of a 15% armor nerf, then don't take my word for anything. Please, if I ever do something like this, stop watching the channel. I promise you, it's never going to happen, okay? One other cool thing is the Blood Elf Heritage armor. We might as well throw on the video as well. This is probably the coolest armor ever in the video game. I have to say that. I'm probably going to go Blood Elf. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what your opinions of these nerfs are. They're probably going to be more. We'll make an updated video if we have to in the future. But as of right now, that's really not. It's hardly a nerf, honestly. Seriously. Barely does anything to Blood. The biggest problem is Will and Necropolis, and that's a talent that I don't really like using anyway. I'd be much happier if Rune Tap was the go-to, or even Anti-Magic Barrier. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think. We'll see you guys in the next video.